Right guys, Alan here in the shed as usual. Must not spoil my hair. Oh well, busy 10 days I think, something like that. What is it? All the decorating's been done. We're up to speed on that. Spent all weekend resealing all the bathroom. And my hands are covered in sealant, you know, it's... Anyway, got most of it off. And then last week we had to fix the car again. Because 6 months ago, the wife broke a front spring. It's a pothole wrong. So we had all that done, but 6 months on, there's a chain reaction to breaking a spring. You know, the bearing on top of the strut, that all collapsed. And the sheer shock of it breaking a spring damaged the oil seals on the gearbox, so we had to have 2 new oil seals to stop that leaking. And the new bearing on the top. And believe me, that wasn't cheap. It's not easy to do actually. Because you've got to take everything apart, you've got to take all the struts apart and everything to do it. So that's all done, the car's back in one piece, back up to speed on that. I've been busy in the shed, all my bits turned up. So as you'll see in the film, I've done my coal yard at last, and I'll show you how I did that. And the lighting. And I've lit the garage as well, so that's all come together all in one go. That took a couple of days to do that really. A lot of preparation work on the lights for the wiring, and I may continue into the steam engine sheds areas with making it floodlit. I think I'm going to do that scratch built. From what I've seen, what I've done up to now, instead of buying lights, I've got lights, I could make my own. And I've got the power source to do it, so I think I'll have a go at doing that after Christmas. There's only a few days left. Class 66. And I'm more likely to have a Class 66 fest. I'll have to empty me one of my sidings and get me all my Class 66s together. So apart from that, Merry Christmas. Thank you to all my subscribers. Thank you for all your support this year, and hopefully it may continue next year if everything's okay. And all the best for the new year. I can't say it's going to be a happy new year, but let's say all the best for the new year. So once again, thank you guys, and everything will fall into place again next year. I've got a couple of ideas to do, see what I get for the murder story over the Christmas, see what little trinkets I'm going to get, and then we can get stuck into that. I know you're all dying to know who it is. I've worked it out in my head who it is and how, but it's just implemented into film, isn't it? So that's the hard part. So, all being well, see you next year, and be good guys and girls. See you later. Bye. Right guys, we're going to have a go at building this. So I need to move the tools, put them in the container yard. And that was a temporary ramp, that was, because I've got 4mm board on here, so these are only temporary in these, where I sort of glued them in, these fences, so that's no worries. Redo all that, get some new fencing as I drop it all over the floor. I've got the heater going, it's a bit cool in here today. So the plan here is to find some paper to fit on there. There we are, we've got the paper now, see, scale model scenery. when you get their kits, print off a few extras. So the plan is to put this sheet of paper in there, and it just about fits, I think. Yeah, I'll have to trim it in places, but I'll come back when I've done that. There we are, piece of paper. I've trimmed it to shape. See, that's all it is. Just a concrete printed piece of paper. Now the walling will come to about here, maybe straighter or at an angle, and then the wall will go across the back of here, leaving a gap on that wall so I can put some vegetation between it. Go up to the corner. The paper doesn't quite fit it there, but by the time I've put the wall in and the coal in, you won't see all that anyway. And then the wall will come down here. That's that angle to a point, or maybe even come across there, come straight. I think might be easier for the machinery. Where is it? There we go. If I had an angled wall, well, the machine wouldn't be able to get into the corner. So if I put it along the edge of that piece I've cut, the machine can go in there like that, pick the coal up, and away we go. Now the plan is to build this. I'll glue this into place in a minute. Once he's picked the coal up with a machine like this, then he goes over to the tender. It's backed into place here, and he just offloads it into the tender. That's the plan. So I think I'll do a wall to there and straight down to about here, and that can act as a wall coming in across there to as part of the gateway. I think that'll do. Right, the next thing is to glue that down. I'm only using rocket card glue. That's all I'm using. You don't need much, just a bit along the edge like that. Because this, you know, this stuff sticks at a hell of a rate, and once it's in, it's in. You don't get it up again. I'd have to replace the whole caboodle, I think. So I'll try and get it lined up. There we go. Oh, look at that, did that in one go. Sorted. On concrete floor. Wish the real life ones would go down that quick. Right guys, this is the kit. It's a wooden sleeper walling kit, okay? And it's from goodwoodscenics.co.uk, and they're on Amazon and eBay and all that if you want to go that way. Well, it comes with a drill, which amazed me. They're the girders that you put in, okay? And it, because I asked for a large kit, it come with 1,000, yes, 1,000 matchstick sleepers. Unbelievable. I'll never use all them. They'll have to be used up somewhere else. But that's the kit there. It's not cheap. I think I paid about 24 quid. But if you're going to do the job, you're going to do the job. And it also comes already, you haven't got to paint them. Well, you can paint them afterwards if you want, but they're already done. So that's one job done anyway. Well, at this point I just thought I'd show you where I'm up to. There. Okay. Yes, I will be going a bit higher, but it's extremely fiddly because things move around. And as you can see, I've put a double post in there because there's not 4 sides to the groove. There's only 2 sides, so you've got a straight edge. So you put a second post in, and then I glued them together as best I could, ready for the wall to go along there. but I'm touching, just dabbing a bit of card glue on these matchsticks to try and keep them in place as I build it up, because as you try to put them in, you disturb it a little bit and it tends to pop out every now and then. And the other thing was, don't be too worried about the gap with the drill hole. What I found, yes, I was slightly shy. I'm glad how I've got it closer together than wider, because if I had it wider I'd have been in trouble. And what I do, I literally cut 0.5 millimetre off the end of the matchstick and it fits perfectly. But like I said, I'm putting a dab of glue on and it keeps it rigid. So that's the beginning of it anyway. So back in a minute. So this is where we're up to. About 15 minutes in now. Starting to come together. It's very fiddly, and the only glue I'm using is rocket card glue. So I put about three or four matches on average, and then put a layer of glue on so the matches are gluing down to each other. So, and then when I come towards the end, if I need to top it up, I can just slot a few more in. But they don't go to the top anyway, so on normal conditions. What I got to watch for there, I can't come to the edge there because the locos are going to come past, so I got to curve it slightly, just bring it away from that edge slightly there. Okay, back in a minute. So just a quick show you to what I've done. I got a little pool of what is it? Rocket card glue. I can never remember it, even when I'm looking at it. And these matchsticks, pick and choose which you're going to use, because some of them are just that fraction shorter or either warped a little bit. That's why I'm gluing the individuals, so it gives it a rigid effect in the end. And if you happen to knock it and you knock a post, they're not all going to fall out because they're all glued together. I know it's a bit repetitive, but that's the way I'm doing it. If you can find a better way, so be it. Now see that post there? What I'll do once I'm up to here is because these will be glued together, they'll stay in a straight line. I pull that back slightly, let super glue run down the inside of that girder, just push it up, hold, and it's solid then. But that's the way I'm doing it. Like I said, just pick and choose your matchsticks. You'll soon sort it out by eye. Like I said, some are just that fraction longer than others, and it just keeps it tight. That's the main thing. And straight, like I said, pick and choose. That one was a bit iffy. That one there, that one's okay. See, the ends are splitting on that, so bin it. That one's cracked. That one's warped. That one's split. That doesn't look too good. Right, get some more out of the bag, because you got 1,000 of them, so it's plenty of matches to choose from. So there we go. So just a little bit of glue. You don't have to soak it with rocket card glue, do you? What it does do, it gets it all over your fingers. So I'm going to stick to my fingers. Oh dear. So while I'm doing this, I'm watching Dugmar Junction fix his class 50. and by the sounds of it, he's done it. That one looks okay.
So that is definitely better than it was.
And that's the thing about having some entertainment in the shed, that when you're doing these type of boring jobs, you don't get fed up of doing it. You can get distracted. Sometimes I get too extracted away from what I'm doing, and you end up not doing it. But like I said, when I'm in the mood for doing these things, I get on with it. It's just repetitive, isn't it? And the thing about these matches, they're quite weathered, aren't they, already? So I should imagine you could put burnt umber on it, you know, put a wash of burnt umber on them to make them look browner, or creosoted way with a touch of black in it. See, out of all that bunch, I've got half a dozen, bit more glue, half a dozen, it's a bit iffy. Oh, I missed. Get in the slot, there we go. Do I got, no, that'll do. I think that'll do, that's quite tight there. That's level with that one. So basically that's it. So what I will do now is turn you around on the camera and show you a close-up. Okay? I'll glue on me stud. Right, there we are. That's it. The glue's actually still drying, but with rocket card glue, it's quick, isn't it? That's the main thing. So let's do a close-up, and that's my little compound. Now the plan is to put some vegetation down the side of there, because of the car showroom. It's not a very good idea to have a coal bunker next to a car show. Well, there you go. Right, I'll get the coal out now and I'll show you what I'm using. Right, and what it is, it's simulated coal, okay, by Jarvis Scatter. Alright, so all we're going to do now is cut the bag. Try not to spill it everywhere, as I usually do. I got two bags because I was going to fill something else. Oh, that's plenty, that one bag. Oh, hell yeah. There we go. And that's one bag of scatter. I'll take you off the camera, you can see from this way. Off the tripod, I should say. Okay. And what you need to do now to stop this stuff rolling about and flying about is put some PVA on it, just like you do your ballast, yeah? Let me get the vehicles back and I'll show you. So there we go. That's the scenario. It's not too bad, that, is it? What did it take, what? 45 minutes to do all that? And thank you to Ollie at Wardle Road for promoting this kit. What I've got left over, I'm more likely to donate to somebody to let them have a go. Because I can't see me using it again at the moment. We'll give it some time, yeah? Okay, that's that part over with. Right, next update. I've been putting flowers in the churchyard, which John sent me in a couple of packets. So if I show you, we'll start over there. So the grave men digging the next grave. Put a few flowers around, border edges. Just noticed I've got to tidy up. Yep, there's the vicar's wife. Having a word with the officer. Remember, it's a cold case. Inquiries are still being made. Even though the assassin got assassinated by a Class 68. Anyway. So that's another day, yeah, another update. Once I put me street lights in, I might be able to get stuck into the murder story then. Okay, so that's the second update. Right, we're here in the shed. Just raise you up, and it's pitch black in here now, because if I turn the lights out you won't be able to see a thing, not a damn thing. And there's no light coming through the windows, see? So that's the light that's under the bench, which is them LED strip lights you buy, you know, them reels. Anyway, that's the engine sheds, and if I pan you round, that is now the high street. And out of 20 I broke one, which is one light out. But as you can see, you've got to excuse the mess because I've only 2 minutes ago finished it, and as you can see the battery's there. That's what I've done. I've done a MacGyver job on the batteries to light me street up. So I'm thinking that's great, absolutely spot on. That it's not over floodlit, it's just about right to me. And obviously I'm going to have to light the garage up down there, but down there at the crossing I put 2 lamps just in front of the crossing. They were the last 2 I had, and it lights it up perfectly. So with the other bulbs I've got, I might be able to light up the signal box, a couple of houses, and I'll have a look at doing the garage, light the garage up. So work in progress, but that is the outcome of the high street of 20 LED lights from China, and I think I paid about £7 for them. I think the outcome's pretty good, especially it's only on a 3-volt battery, which, like I said, I've done a MacGyver job on it, soldered them up. I think that's a result. Turn the lights back on, and if I pan you down here, what I've done, you've got the batteries there, yeah? Got the batteries, and I put a plug on it. So there we go. All I need now is a decent transformer. Well, the one I had, which is operating the other side, it's gone unstable, so I've got to get a new one. So now I can order some more lights, maybe for the engine sheds and what have you, and take it from there. But that was a result. Well chuffed. I got wires everywhere. it's a mess, but there you go, sorted. Back in a bit. Right, I've installed, like I said, I've installed the lights as you've seen, and I've also put some lights in the garage now, which I'll show you. I think I need some floodlights in the garage, a couple of lights, but Let's see if I can get, just bear with me, see if I can get the high street lit up for you. Yeah, it won't focus in, but there you go. See if I can focus it so you can see underneath the lights. All the way down to the railway crossing. I think that's worked out quite well, huh? It's not overlit, but if I get a lamp, maybe to cover the car park showroom area, I'm quite chuffed for that. Yeah, it's not overpowering it. It's just about right. It's not too bad, that. That's not bad for 3 volts though, is it? Hey, a couple of batteries. Did a MacGyver job on it. Just soldered up a couple of wires across the top, a couple of wires on the bottom, put a plug on it, and job done. Got to tidy up now. Back in a minute. And just to finish off, I've now completed the last part of the garage. I've lit the car showroom up now, so if I turn the main lights off, here we go, and here we go. So the car showroom is now lit up, the garage is lit up, and all the streets lit up. And that's only on a couple of batteries in it, remember. So the next project is to see if I can light some buildings up. I've got the bulbs, it's just a matter of powering it up. But I think we'll just move it along a little bit. The garage has turned out quite well. Quite pleased about that. I've even got a guy filling his car up, and there's one that end as well. It's not too bad though, is it? Obviously I need lights in the coal yard and one thing and another, maybe some yard lights, but that's for another day. Okay guys, that's it for now.